In today's video, we're going to be talking about the only manifesting technique that you need in order to manifest anything that you want. And I mean it, this is literally the only technique that you need in order to do anything. I know we've talked about other techniques on this channel like scripting, visualizing, vision boards, other things like that, but this is literally the only technique that you need in order to have anything, to do anything, be anything that you want. Make sure that you stay tuned to the end because I have a simple 4-step process that you can use in order to implement this technique into your life right now. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Anna Rebecca and I'm here with the intention to help you live the life of your dreams by breaking through your limiting beliefs, doubts, and fears so you can own your power and manifest a life that you love living every single day. Together we explore this mindset mastery by discussing things on this channel like law of attraction, manifestation, lifestyle, wellness, and travel. Before we get into the video, I want to announce that I'm doing a free giveaway to all of my subscribers. So I'm giving away a free copy of my 30-day mindset mastery book. All you have to do to get this is be a subscriber to my channel and leave a comment down below on this video. So when you leave your comment, make sure that you include your Instagram handle so I can DM you the code to get the book. But for the month of May, because it is my birthday month, I am giving away a free copy of my book to everyone who is a subscriber to this channel. So make sure that you take advantage of that. Thank you all so much for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. Now let's go ahead and jump right into the video. So the technique that I'm referring to is called your mental diet. You may have seen this before, maybe you might have heard of it before, but your mental diet is literally the only thing that you need in order to manifest the things that you want. Basically what your mental diet is, it's just your way of thinking. It's the thoughts that you think on a regular basis. It's the dialogue that you have going on in your head throughout the day. It's the things that you think about yourself, the things that you think about certain situations, really just how you carry yourself mentally and the things that you choose to think about. Bringing awareness around what is currently going on in your head. What are the thoughts that you're thinking? Are they aligned with who you want to be, what you want to manifest, whatever it is that you want to bring forth into your life? Your mental diet is basically having more conscious awareness of all of those thoughts that are going on in your head. The things that you're thinking, the things that you're saying about yourself, to yourself, all of that internal dialogue, all of that consists of your mental diet. So in order to manifest the things that you want, you really need to take a look at what it is that is going on in your head. What are the things that you're thinking? What are the things that you're saying? Where are your thoughts in regards to the things that you want to manifest? Because you can do any technique that is out there. You can script all day long. You can visualize. You can affirm. You can do all that stuff. But if your mental diet and the way that you're thinking about these things that you want to manifest is off for the rest of the day, you're never going to manifest those things. Your mental diet is truly where your manifestation is. So if you're wondering where these things are that you want to bring forth into your life, have a look at the things that you are thinking and how you are talking to yourself about the things that you want to bring forth into your life. Are they positive and productive, or are they pessimistic and not productive? Wherever your thoughts are on the things that you want to manifest are exactly where your manifestation is. So if you want to bring something forth and your thoughts about it are like, I don't know, like wishy-washy, that's exactly where your manifestation is. But if your thoughts on the subject matter are more productive and positive and feeling genuinely like confident that whatever it is that you want can truly happen, then that is where your manifestation is, and it has a greater chance of coming into your life faster. So your mental diet is extremely, extremely important. Whether that is because you want to build your confidence, whether it is that you want to manifest something, we should always be conscious of what is it that we're thinking? How are we talking to ourselves? How are we thinking about the things that we want to bring into our life? Because if you're thinking anything but yes, absolutely, it's going to happen, and yes, that is mine, and yes, it's inevitable that I'm going to have this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to be in a relationship with this kind of person, if your thoughts are not there, then it's not going to come into your life. All the other techniques are going to be out the window. So this is truly the only thing that you need in order to manifest literally anything that you want into your life. It's important to remember our thoughts create our reality. The things that you thought about yesterday, today, tomorrow, all of those things are going to be creating your current reality. It's very important to be conscious of what is going on in your head. What are the thoughts that you're creating that are manifesting into your current reality? I mean, it makes sense because we are what we think about. We attract what we think about. about. Like attracts like. You're on the same vibration of whatever it is that you are creating in your mind with your thoughts. So it's so important to stay on top of your thoughts if you really want to manifest the things that you want into your life. So essentially, to implement your mental diet, you really just need to have more conscious awareness of the thoughts that you're thinking. When I started taking a hold of my mental diet, I essentially took this sort of 4-step process that I'm going to share with you right now, and it truly helped change my entire life around. It helped me just to bring awareness around how and why the things that were happening around me were happening. And it was 100% because of the things that I was thinking in my head, because all of the thoughts that I was creating in my head were manifesting into what became my current reality. So in order to change that and flip it, I really had to go and dig into my mind and see, like, what is it that's going on here? How am I talking to myself? What are the thoughts that I'm thinking? And decide that, okay, is this thought serving me? And if it isn't, then I immediately would change it over into something that was more positive or productive. That's essentially what your mental diet is. So I'm going to share with you my simple 4-step process that you can start to implement right now in order to get your mental diet on track. With this process that I'm about to share with you, for me personally, it took me about 7 days to really start to make it become habit. But once you implement this and you stick with it, you'll see that it just starts to become second nature. So even now, months after doing it, it's easier for me to catch myself when my thoughts do start going down a path that aren't desirable. It's easier for me because I've built that awareness and I've started to work out that muscle of really thinking consciously about the thoughts that are going on in my head. You'll start to see, like, at first it might feel a little bit unnatural, it might feel weird, you might feel like you're forcing yourself into doing this, but after time it starts to just become like second nature, and it's super easy to do. All right, so now I'm going to share with you my simple 4-step process that you can start to use to manifest the things that you want into your life. Essentially what we're doing here is we are doing a little bit of housekeeping and some cleaning before we can bring the things forth into our life that we really want. So I like to think of this as an analogy of, like, if you're having guests over to your house, what are you going to do before they come over? I mean, generally what we do is, like, we start to tidy up the house, we start to clean up, we start to make sure that our space is comfortable for the guests that are going to come over. So I like to think of that as, like, you're basically preparing your mind for the proper mindset in order to manifest the things that you want. You're preparing your mind for all of these wonderful, abundant gifts that the universe is trying to give to you, but you're stopping it because of the way that you're thinking. You want to make sure that you're getting in there and doing, like, a really good cleaning. We're just doing, like, a little house cleaning in our minds. And once you start to do it and exercise the muscles, it starts to become like second nature. It's really easy and it's kind of fun, because then it's easier for you to see, like, if something isn't showing up in your life, once you start to get really good at this, you can see, like, oh, okay, you can pinpoint exactly where it is that your thoughts are kind of taking you down the wrong path. And as I'm explaining this 4-step process, I want you to write down in the comments each step so that it can help you to remember it, because when you write things down, it just helps to really ingrain it into your mind. So step 1 is just to realize your self-talk and have awareness over your thoughts. Have the conscious awareness of how you are talking to yourself. When you're starting this out, I would encourage you to just really amp up your conscious awareness over what are the thoughts that are going on in your head. This might seem weird at first because you're basically just, like, listening into the thoughts that are going on throughout your mind on a daily basis. So have awareness, like, how is your self-talk? Let's use the example of you want to build your confidence because you want to manifest this wonderful self-image and how you think about yourself. In order to do that, then you're gonna go into your mind and basically see, like, what are the thoughts that are going on in your head? How are you talking to yourself about yourself? Are you saying positive and productive things to yourself, or are you saying self-deprecating things? Are you telling yourself that you look like this, or you're not good enough, or this, or whatever? What are the things that you are saying to yourself? Because whatever it is that you're saying is whatever you are continuing to affirm and is perpetuating and continuing to be part of your current reality. So when you're starting your mental diet, just take a moment to see and, like, really listen in to the thoughts that are going on. Step 2 is to do a redirect of any thought that is not in alignment with whatever it is that you want to manifest, whoever it is that you want to be, whatever it is that is not serving you, redirect that thought immediately to the more productive or positive thought that works for you. So you might have noticed on some of my videos, I like to use the term productive a little bit more than positive, because I know for some people it's difficult to be like, oh, well, think positive, do this. And realistically, I understand that for everyone, especially for people that getting a hold of your mindset or any of this stuff like is new to you, it might feel a little bit more difficult to be more positive. So that's why I like to use the term productive, because you don't have to just completely do a whole 180 and be totally positive all the time, although that definitely helps. But in order to get you there, think about how can you make this thought more productive? How can it be more productive than the way that you are currently saying it? So as you're building that awareness, like we did in step 1, when these thoughts do start to come up, that you start to see that they are not in alignment with whatever it is that you want, immediately redirect it to the more productive or positive version of that thought. You want to just keep doing this over and over and over. And basically what you're doing here, it's similar to what we talked about in the affirmations video. I'll link that video up here. You're basically reprogramming your mind, and you're creating new patterns for your mind to think about certain subjects. So doing this and repeating it over and over and over is going to help you reprogram your mindset in order to give you the things that you do want. It's going to give you the outcomes that you desire. So you just want to make sure that you are shifting any thought that doesn't serve you over to the more productive or positive thought that does serve you. So going back to the example of like body confidence or self-confidence, if one of your thoughts happens to be not so kind, then immediately shift it over to something that is more productive. Like, my body is healthy. It allows me to get through my day with ease. It allows me to do all the things that I love to do that bring me joy. Things like that help you to put you on a higher vibration and a better track to getting the things that you want. And when you're doing this, at first, it might feel a little bit unnatural. It might feel weird, but this is just because you're creating all of these new thought patterns. Like, think about it. When you have a pattern that is so ingrained in your mind to get from point A to point B, and all of a sudden you're telling your mind, we're not going to A to B anymore. It's actually from A to C. Your mind is gonna wanna go here. It's gonna wanna go to B because that's what feels natural and that's what feels right. But you're basically saying like, I am in control of my thoughts here. Brain, I am the one that controls you. You don't control me. So we're going here. So you're just doing that over and over and over again until you really build up that pattern. And then your brain will eventually start to think like, oh, okay, yeah, like it starts to feel more comfortable with going here. So that's basically what you're doing. You're wanting to recreate all of those patterns. I mean, going back to the analogy of having house guests over, you're basically just taking out the garbage, you know? You're just doing that cleaning. You're taking out the things that don't serve you and you're replacing it with the things that do serve you and are better for you because they're going to raise your vibration to allow the things that you want to come into your life. Step 3 is to use a journal whenever you're feeling stuck. So if you're ever feeling stuck on something or you find yourself like thinking these thoughts that you just like don't really know how to get out of, getting a pen to paper and writing these things out is a really great way to start to see where exactly your thoughts are. For me, if I'm ever feeling like stuck on something, or I can just tell that like my thoughts aren't really going down a productive way and I just cannot really shift over, what I'll do is I'll get out my journal and just kind of start free writing. I'll write out all of the things that I am fearful of, or the things that I am feeling like not so positive or productive about, the things that I'm feeling like stuck on, and it will allow me to really see it there in front of me. So I'll be able to like see all of the things that are stopping me. So from there is just one by one to each unproductive or negative thing that you have written down there, cross it off and replace it with the more positive or productive thought. And then all you need to do is just repeat those affirmations on yourself on a loop. Keep going over and over and over. That is exactly where you want your thoughts to go, and that is where you want your mental diet to be, because when you are getting to the more productive, positive things, you raise your vibration and it increases the chances that your manifestation will come to you faster. There's something just so therapeutic about journaling too. So doing that is a really great thing, that if you're ever feeling stuck or you're feeling just like you know that you have some kind of a block or you have some kind of a fear, but you can't quite pinpoint where exactly your thoughts are on it, get a pen to paper and just start writing it out. And you'll start to see, what are you fearful of? What are the things that are coming up for you? What are the things that are blocking you from having those more productive or positive thoughts? Or what are the things that you think are blocking you from being able to have your manifestation? So that's where you're going to be able to see where exactly your limitations and your blocks are. Step 4 is just to keep at it. This is a daily practice. This is not something that is just going to happen overnight and everything is going to be perfect, although maybe it can be. This is something that is going to take daily practice and daily focus to implement into your life. If you keep at this and just take it one day at a time, I promise you it's going to change your life. This way of thinking completely changed my life in a matter of weeks. So like I said at the beginning, doing this process took me about 7 days for it to start to feel like second nature. Because think about it, we think so many thoughts in a day. So the more you're doing it and the more conscious you are being of it, the better you're going to get at it. But for me, it took me about 7 days for it to really become second nature. But if I'm being honest, there's times where I start to slip and I have to get myself back on track. For example, while we've been staying at home during this quarantine time, there have been quite a few times where I have let my mind kind of drift off into these less than productive and more negative spaces. And I've had to get myself back on track and be like, no, actually, this is how it is. This is how I'm going to think. These are the thoughts that I'm thinking on this particular subject. And I'm telling you, once you start to do it and just practice it every single day, there's nothing that feels out of reach. I'm telling you, this is literally the only thing that you need in order to manifest anything that you want into your life. It's your mental diet. It is so important. The thoughts that you think about and the thoughts that you are creating in your head are the beliefs that you're going to start to instill, and whatever you believe is whatever is going to manifest. So it all starts with your thoughts, and that turns into the things that you create and the things that you end up seeing into your life. So once you get a hold of that, and once you get a hold of your mental diet, you can literally manifest anything. Sky's the limit. You can literally be, do, and have anything that you want. So I encourage you to try out this mental diet. I promise you it will absolutely work. And like I said, it might feel a little bit weird at first, especially being completely conscious of all the thoughts that go on throughout your mind throughout the day, because you see, like, we have so many thoughts that go through our head. But once you start to do it, it really just starts to become second nature, and it will start to feel more effortless whenever those thoughts that aren't productive start to creep in. You'll be able to catch them a lot easier. So I encourage you to try this. I promise you it's going to absolutely change your life. This is really the only manifesting technique that you will ever need. If you want some other tools or resources on how you can start to manifest a life that you love living, I have a couple of things for you. The first is to make sure you take advantage of that free giveaway that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. All you have to do to get a free copy of my 30-day mindset mastery is be a subscriber to my channel and then comment down below and make sure that you include your Instagram handle so that I can DM you the code to get the book. The second thing is that you can get access to my free resource library. I have a link in the description down below for that. And the third is if you want to work together one-on-one to figure out where exactly your limiting beliefs or blocks might be, I do offer one-on-one sessions, and I will leave all of that information in the description box down below. If you found this video helpful, please feel free to like, comment down below, or share it with somebody else. Thank you so much again for watching. Go out there, create a life that you love living every single day.